Yeah, I'm at the Big Bend National Park and I'm taking the trail to the Boquillas Canyon. So there are like two big canyons in this park. One is on the east side called the Boquillas Canyon and the other one is on the west side called Santa Elena Canyon. So the one on the west, it's kind of supposed to be more spectacular. I'll try to visit it tomorrow. But it's kind of tricky to get. Last time we were here, I mean, the path there, I mean, the trail was like really muddy. It's like pretty much a kind of like a slip and slide. So you're kind of slipping and sliding, you just quit. And this time, actually at the visitor center, they also told me that it's not, I mean, it's still muddy. We'll see. I'll go tomorrow. But this one is a different canyon called the Boquillas Canyon. But another thing is that I just came back from Mexico. So in this park there is an official border crossing station from which you can, cross into Mexico. It's a very small station, of course, and mostly people go to Mexico or really like tourists who visit the park. So I went there and kind of did you're supposed to cross the river. For some reason I didn't feel like narrating. Not that I didn't feel like, I kind of I was mostly narrating in Russian, but overall it was a really fun trip. So you kind of, once you cross the border, you actually, the border is actually the river, so you can either wade across or take a boat. And I actually took a boat on the way there. On the way back, of course, actually, I decided to wade it, which was, pretty nice actually. I mean, it wasn't very deep. It's probably like knee deep, and the water was very refreshing. Not cold, but refreshing. And then in the and then after you cross the river, you can either take this is, by the way, the Rio Grande River, and the other side is Mexico, and this is the canyon. So you could either walk to the village or take a donkey, which I did. I took a donkey. His name was Cervantes, my dear old friend now. And on the way back, I actually decided not to bother Cervantes anymore, and I let him rest. Instead of walked back and then waded back across the river. Yeah, all in all, it was fun touristy thing to do. But in the village there is actually not much to do. I mean, there's just some souvenir stands and a couple of restaurants. I actually had some tacos, a beer and a margarita. Tacos were not bad. Not excellent, but considering the place, it was very decent. So yeah, so that was my trip to Mexico. And again, I don't know, for some reason I didn't get to narrate it in English. Yeah, and during this trip, which was supposed to be to Colorado, somehow I ended up in Mexico, Boquillas del Carmen. I've just been to this village, had a nice lunch, took a donkey ride there. I actually crossed by boat, but now on the way back to the US, I'll try to cross this river on foot. Actually, I just realized why I was not narrating in English. Ever since I crossed the border into Texas, I mean from New Mexico, not from Mexico, but from New Mexico, which was yesterday, I kind of felt that this whole sense of awe and wonder was gone, because I thought this New Mexico and Utah, all those magical places which like require a lot of attention and like expression and everything. But you know, Texas for me is a boring, hot, really humid, sticky mess. And you know, just literally like once they cross the border to Texas, this whole thing turned off. Although, of course, this area is nothing but. I mean, this is probably also one of the majestic places that I visited. Yeah, I think I should just, you know, switch gears and not, you know, give Texas a bad rap. Yeah, this is the end of the trail into the Boquillas Canyon. And of course, this is the Rio Grande River. Yeah, this river really continues to amaze me. I never thought that this river is capable of carving such magnificent canyons. First time I of course met this river way up north, almost in Colorado. Now I am literally in Mexico. So the river flowed all the way here and is just as beautiful as and magnificent as up north. Well, when I was going on this trip, I never even planned that I will be following the Rio Grande River pretty much for almost 1,000 miles. But, you know, somehow it happened, and I'm glad that it did. Even though I had to cross the river here, across those rocks, I'm pretty sure I'm still in the US, because this there is Mexico, and you're not supposed to cross into Mexico, cross the border, either direction, either into Mexico or back into the US, unless you're doing it an official border crossing. But I'm pretty sure these rocks don't count. I'm still in the US. It's kind of interesting to watch the Rio Grande River making all these twists and turns in all of this, like a small area here. But, and of course, the river itself marks the international boundary between the US and Mexico. So, you know, this is Mexico, this peninsula, but this is US. But then again, this peninsula is the US, and over there, that's Mexico. Interesting.